Looking to take you and your real estate business to the next level? You're in the right place. Laying foundations for real estate success? This is the No Fluff, No BS podcast about real estate for real estate agents and other industry professionals looking to up their game. Unfiltered short-form sales meetings, interviews with agents from every walk of life, and ramble sessions about everything real estate. Welcome to a new mindset. You are listening to RERAW. And now, introducing your host, James Hoff.
What's going on out there, RERAW listeners? We are here on Friday for our little after-hours talk, our RERAW Ramble. I'm sitting here with one of our locals who came down to join me for a nice conversation today. We've got Ron Evans with us, who is down here in sunny Southern California. How's it going, Ron?
Yeehaw, RERAW!
All right, it's a Western RERAW today. Guess it makes sense. We're on the West Coast. We'll see where it goes. How's everything been, man?
Pretty good.
Yeah?
Pretty good. Yeah.
Got a couple of deals going, closing things on the team.
Yeah, we have 2 in escrow right now and 2 listing appointments this week.
Nice, dude.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. I was talking to my wife earlier about just like some of my pet peeves, and she told me to shut up because I feel like maybe I got a little too far down the list. I wanted to vent for a minute just about these effing agents that you ever get into like a transaction where you go through like just a brutal negotiation and you feel like thank God we're finally through the hard part. You hop into the middle of a deal and then you spend the entire deal working against the other agent to try and close.
Yeah. You're working against the other person that's supposed to have the same common goal as you to close a deal.
Like, here's the thing, man. I understand the fiduciary responsibility to individual clients, but like I cannot wrap my brain around this one to save my life. Like, you can still cooperatively work with another agent to close a freaking deal without being a dick. and like without digging your heels in, and without some of it actually, I'm going to back up for a minute. Now I'm going to get myself all worked up. Some of this comes down to agents who take matters into their own hands and don't involve their own client in their client's transaction.
You mean the agent that gets offended on behalf of their client?
Yeah. Like,
and you never really know if the client would have been offended or not.
Dude, what about the guys that like you get the offer and you get the offer and you always know that you're dealing with an agent that's been torn in half before for submitting a lowball offer because they're like, "Oh, hey Ron, yeah man, listen, here's the offer. I know it's low, but they're serious buyers. They're totally serious. Just take a look at it." And all I can think to myself is the prick on the other side that like burned them in the past, that literally sits there and goes, "Well, this offer is just absolute garbage, and it's never going to get done, and I just think you're wasting my time, and you guys need to go back and rewrite the offer." And I just think to myself, I'm like, did you get... Like, I know that some people think this is going off the deep end, but it's like, hey, did you get permission? Did you get permission to be a dick to every agent that comes in with an offer and tell them how shitty the offer is? Go talk to your client.
Did you get the same license I have? Because my license doesn't say it's permission to like sell houses and be an asshole.
Right. I guess the point is, dude, like I've come across it a few times recently, and it just really chaps me. And I'm not privy to every intricacy of all the deals that Erin has going on, because she's a TC and she works with a lot of my competitors. In fact, you're included in that, but I don't have access to all the information. We keep that separate, but we definitely talk about some of the war stories and like the frustrations that aren't necessarily deal specific, but like the, hey, don't you hate it when so and so does this? Or like here's a good one. The whole "I'm busy" excuse. Oh, sorry, I couldn't get that to you. I'm busy. It's the end of the month. And it's like, yeah, well, I'm busy because it's Tuesday. Like, screw you.
Your sales history on MLS shows that you've never been busy at the end of a month. So why is this month any different?
Yeah, it's just weird. The excuses that people have is like always strange to me. Do you have any favorite agent stories where they just are, working against you? You got any good war stories from the field on that one, or what's your or your own pet peeves? Like, what are your own big pet peeves that you just think are like that drive you nuts every day? Let's just get it out. Get it out. Ramble.
Agents who think that this career is all about them and not about the client. That's my biggest pet peeve. Ooh, look at me. I've got 102 5-star reviews on Zillow. Well, isn't that fantastic?
Dude, when's the last time you bought a car?
Almost a year ago, last summer.
Okay, how many times during the car purchase process did they make sure that you knew after you left that you might get a call or a survey on the phone or via email, and to please make sure you give 15 stars on every effing thing that so they...
Yeah, or we're coming for your firstborn.
I got a I got a new truck last year, and if they didn't tell me 15 times, they'd be lying. Like, literally all through the sales process, like, everything going okay, because we want to make sure we get 5 stars on everything, 10 out of 10 on every survey you have. Like,
and I get it in like a corporate or retail environment, right? Because
yeah,
I've been there. Part of their pay, part of how they're graded for their job performance is probably based on their reviews.
True.
100% I get it. And I understand that reviews can be important in our industry, right? But I don't beat someone's door down to give me a review. I send them a polite email, maybe follow up with a call or text message, letting them know or I might tell them ahead of time, I'm going to be sending you a link for a review. It'd be one link, one review. It'll syndicate out where I need to have it syndicate out. I don't need to send you like Realtor.com, Zillow, my website. So you don't have to write, because that's the first thing I think a lot of people think is that like they feel overwhelmed that you're going to ask them for a review and they've got to go and log into a bunch of different. No, just one place. And I tell them flat out, if you feel good about leaving a review, great. If you feel I'm pestering you about leaving a review, awesome. Ignore the email.
And then they go and give you a bad review. They're like, I'm giving Ron a bad review because he asked me to give him a review.
Yeah,
and it
I'm not going to call you again, right? I'm not going to call you again. I'm not going to beat your door down to get a review. If you feel great, So when I see some people that it's like they lead with that in their marketing about how great I am. I'm number one this and I'm number one that. Well, that's awesome. But you realize that it's not about you. It's about your client. Like, how many times have you made your client number one? Not you number one.
Okay, let me ask you this. So, and P.S., I know there's agents that are listening right now that are gonna, crawl into a dark hole and scream when I say.
And there's probably agents out there that completely disagree with what I just said.
No. That's where I was going with this. Is I know I've shook hands with, and I know 100% absolutely for a fact that there are agents out there that literally are running an entire business based off of their reviews.
Yeah.
Which P.S. there is zero wrong with that.
No.
Here's my question, though. There's a lot of companies out there, and this is where I get a little perplexed. There's a lot of companies out there now, like it seems like every real estate website has a review thing for real estate agents, right? Mm-hmm. And or other vendors. It could be lenders. It could be anything. But like
HomeLight. How much are you going to pay HomeLight, James, to be a preferred agent, like one of the best agents in the area? How much are you going to pay them to be on their website?
There you go. But like, I guess my question is like how authentic? I don't know. Like I don't even know what I'm trying to say. I guess my brain's going too fast right now. But I guess it frustrates me because I feel like all these reviews that are out there, it's like you're literally saying like either give me 5 stars or give me nothing.
Yeah.
And I guess that's not. I guess that's from a strategic standpoint, like what you should do. But it just kind of makes me feel like this whole rate your agent like kind of thing, agent rater. .com. Like I just feel like what's the point of having a review if all you're pushing for is a 5-star and nobody's actually getting like genuine, authentic information out of it? And I know this conversation's not going anywhere productive because there's not a damn thing that's going to be done because all of us are still going to go out and ask for 5-star reviews. So I'm venting for a minute, but I just don't understand the point of all these freaking like websites that do the reviews, and we all know the ones I'm talking about, and I commend you for running successful businesses off of those reviews, but it drives me crazy because I don't think the agents actually get real feedback.
There's another one that just even popped up. I saw the first commercial the other night, and the name's escaping me, like Neil.com or I don't know. But it's the same thing as HomeLight, where it's like we connect you with the highest rated agents in your neighborhood. Well, if you, as an agent, if you go to their website,
you pay for the rating.
You pay for the rating.
Yeah, you pay for the rating.
What kind of crap is that?
Yeah, it's weird, man. I don't.
What kind of crap is it's? I mean, that's lower than just pushing 5-star reviews on your clients. Like, hey, I need you to give me a 5-star review, right? I ask people for a review. I don't tell them 5 stars.
Yeah.
I literally say, hey, if you feel good about our transaction and you'd like to leave a review, I just assume it's going to be a 4 or 5 star. I'm not.
So when I worked at Callaway, my past life, we had a thing in customer service called Happy Letter, And the happy letter was an unsolicited letter that came in with your name on it.
Sure.
And shocking to most people. My family, my wife, all of you out there who think that I'm a complete asshole.
Did you get
I actually did get happy letters.
Nice.
So just shut your face. But no, and those were all unsolicited. And I realize in real estate, it doesn't seem like anybody really gets a happy letter unless you ask for something. But I'd be curious, what do you think about sending a follow-up after you close a transaction? I know there's agents out there that do this. But what do you think about asking for feedback without actually asking for a public review so that you can get real info about your performance with the client knowing that it's not going to be in like a public space? Do you think it'll be more honest? And is it even worth doing that?
I will tell you right now that
Tell me right now.
When I have a difficult transaction or a transaction where maybe I already know that there's may have been things that I could have done better, I actually ask that kind of a question. When it's been like a smooth transaction and I know the client like loves me.
Hey, what did I do well? Well,
exactly.
You were amazing.
I don't ask that. But when I have like those clients where I know it's maybe like it's an iffy situation, maybe things got tense between me and the client because of how the negotiations went, or they, whatever the reason that if I even feel that there's a hint of negativity in their brain about how the transaction went, I go to them even before the thing closes, because usually, you got the clear to close and everyone's waiting for docs to sign, and we'll have that last meeting of either a walkthrough or whatever. Hey, how's it going? I'm going to come pick up my sign, whatever. And she'll be like, yeah, so, I know things got tense. I know things got this. I go, if you want to vent to me, if you're, because sometimes your client will be biting their lip the entire time because they don't want to piss you off because they think that you're going to have repercussions against them. Right. So I give them that opportunity to face most of the time, not even by phone. It's face to face. I'm there. I'll be like, hey, if there's anything you want to talk about, let's clear it out. I want to make sure at the end of the day I've addressed any concerns you've had.
Yeah. So why isn't, and this is what we should start, dude. We should start Agent Raider. I feel like agentraider.com. I have like this strange thought in the back of my mind.
I feel like one of the two of us actually owns that domain. And
dude, wouldn't it be amazing to have a website where agents could rate agents? Can you imagine what a shit show that would be?
Oh my god, bro. That's almost as bad right now as like agents that go onto someone else's Facebook page and give them a crappy rating, and you've never even done business with them. Right. You just want to be a dick, and you can't get it taken off.
I hired an assistant. Oh, what's your assistant do? They
go on. They just.
I can't really talk about it.
They just look for my competitors' social media.
Literally spend their time going to Facebook business pages and
smash people. Yeah.
Great.
And you can't get it taken off. Facebook's not going to take it.
No, you know what you do though? You just go and you change the business page to be something different for a little while.
Actually,
change it to get the worst ratings ever. That's what you should do. Set up a business page, get the worst ratings ever, and then change it to your competition's name.
There you go. Or you just remove the address from your business page, and that removes the reviews.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's you cannot have the review section checked and included without an address. So therefore, you remove the address from your business on the where the little map thing shows up. If you remove that from your business page, the reviews
on what on
Facebook pages.
Oh, on Facebook. Oh, wow. Boom.
Some people may not know that. The other way to do it is you get all your friends and family to go on and start doing a bunch of reviews and push the bad one down.
Hold on, everyone, put their beer down for a minute, and
or your Jameson,
I may have broke open a little nip, as they call it, a little nip of Jameson. Yeah, and write that one down. I didn't know that, actually. That's kind of weird.
Yeah, because if you go to look at the where it says, "Did you want to include reviews?"
Yep.
You can't check that box if it's grayed out if there's no address.
Oh, right on.
Posted. So if you unpublish the address, then that should take off your reviews. Now it sucks then because your address isn't showing on there, but you can always pin a post to the top.
What if you put your address back on? Does the review come back?
Oh,
or does it delete?
No, anything that's in there will come back.
Well, why don't you just change your address and put like an extra comment in there or something?
No, that doesn't matter. It's if the address,
if there's any address at all,
right? That opens up the review section or the ability to include reviews.
That's a bummer.
Yeah,
but good to know. Who'd have thought? We're sitting here rambling. There's actually something valuable that comes out of this.
Or you just remove all the reviews, but you unselect that option.
Yeah.
But then it just whatever. It's just silly. It's silly.
I think there should be a way
that you have to even think about how to fix the stupid bad shit.
Yeah, you know what?
That was stupid bad, not bad.
somebody should go at who has the time to do it and create some kind of platform for agents to rate other agents. That's not like a bashing session. And I know all the ethical agents out there would never do anything terrible.
Zuckerberg, we're calling you.
But they should create something where the agents can rate other agents so they know who's like easy to work with and who's shitty. And it can all be anonymous feedback, and it can never be publicly posted. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so the agents can get feedback.
Hey,
I mean,
I've had a couple agents like review me on Zillow.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Because it can be buyer or seller, or like there's a category on there for like colleague or something like that. Yeah.
Well, there should be something other than that on that site. It should be something else.
They can do it on Realtor.com too, or whatever. I mean, people can rate you.
Yeah.
It's just getting them to be truthful and not doing it out of spite.
Well, I guess that's my point. Like, there's like this need to sabotage. I guess it's kind of like the agent that goes into a listing presentation and they know they're up against like 3 different people. Instead of taking that, we're interviewing.
Instead of talking about what they will do for the client, they choose to take their time to bash the competition,
right.
Which is bullshit. If you have to stoop that low and be that petty, get the hell out of the business.
Dude, when I worked at Callaway, this was crazy. Like, I literally put someone on hold. I'll never forget it. The first time somebody called and they're like, "Hey, man, we got a question about the burner driver." And I was like, "Oh, yeah, that's TaylorMade," And people were like, "Well, who the hell is this?" I'm like, "Well, this is Callaway Golf," like I said when I answered the phone. Oh my God, the first time it ever happened, I had to put them on hold and be like, they called the wrong number. Like, it was a big deal. Like, I had no idea what I was doing, which seemingly I should have just either hung up or like been like, "Oh, sorry, here's their number." And literally my lead goes, "That's okay. Sometimes people call the wrong company and you just transfer the call to the right place." And I was like, "Do we have like an extension for TaylorMade?" But no, she's like, "No, James, you go on the computer and you look up their phone number and I actually have gone on a couple listing presentations where I come with a list of my biggest competitors in the area. And I literally be like, when I find out they're interviewing other agents, my goal is to make sure that the client is in good hands or the prospect in good hands.
They're interviewing the best agents.
Yeah, so I say, "Hey, listen, if you're going to be interviewing other agents, I want to make sure that that the competition is fierce and that you're interviewing my biggest competitors, because I want to make sure that no matter who you choose, even if it's not me, that you are in safe and respectable hands through the transaction with someone who's going to take care of you. And these are the people that I would recommend if you want to interview other people, that you give a call." And I gotta tell you, man, it is so powerful when people get that, because like I'm not even joking. The couple times I've actually broken that out with people go, "Oh, I'm going to interview other agents," and it becomes relevant in the conversation. The couple times I've actually broken that out, like I feel like it sealed the deal for me, because they're like, "Oh, well, this guy's fearless, and he like totally didn't bash the other people," Like, we're so quick to just put everyone down. It's just weird. Of course, we do that on this show every now and again. Shoot down the shitty agents and call it a day.
Sure.
Yeah. How did all this start? Where did we start? Oh, we were talking about the.
You hit record.
Oh yeah, I did hit record, but no, it started on the
agent website rating.
No, it started. The whole ramble session. See, we've rambled so far beyond the original ramble that we're not even talking about it anymore. But we started rambling about the agents that take control of the deals.
Oh yeah,
the agents that do that. And I was just wondering, like, how do you handle that shit when someone's just a total ass and like they go dark, or they're kind of screwing you over, they're being a jerk, they're working deliberately against the deal. Like, how do you handle that?
Well, eventually you give them enough rope to hang themselves. It's true.
How much rope is that? Just so our listeners know.
6 inches or so.
Oh, okay.
So I'm one of these suckers that believes in the inherent good in all people, right? So I'm going to trust. I'm going to trust you especially if I don't know you. I'm going to trust you in a deal. I'm going to trust you in life until you've proven me otherwise. Right?
Yeah.
So sometimes I'm a little bit slower to react to some of these things, because I want to believe that this guy's got to have like the best interest of all parties first, right? When it all boils down to it, you have to just like go back to your timelines and pull out the contract and send a notice to perform.
Yeah. Yeah.
Get things set back. You have to
put your foot, professionally put them back in their place.
Exactly. Yeah, you don't do like even if the person's being a jerk, I'm never going to be a jerk back. I'm just like, look, dude, this is nothing personal, but just want to make sure our timelines are reset. We've gotten a little off kilter.
Yep.
We've got backup offers. We don't want to lose one of our backup offers. So I've got to send you this notice to perform just to protect our side.
it's actually amazing how quickly you can get a deal back on track by just leveraging the contract that everyone's in, right? Mm-hmm. And just being like, oh, well, buyer and seller entered into this contract, buyer or seller, whichever party you're not representing, like one of them may be holding things up or getting a little bit behind, and yeah, you can get it right back on track by just finding the term in there to hold someone accountable to.
So, speak of the devil, I sent a note. I had to send a notice for about 2 hours ago, and
Ron's sitting over here showing me his cell phone, and I think I'm sitting there thinking like, uh-oh.
Literally just now, I got a little email that says, completed.
Well, see, this is actually, you can't make this shit up, dude. I literally thought you were trying to show me a text message like, oh, dude, I got to wrap this up. My my family needs me or something like that. Yeah, you know what, actually? So I guess that's a good message that comes out of it. You took action and held someone accountable based on a contractual obligation they had, and you...
Woo! All right, where are we at?
Well, Ron, we're right here rambling away.
And who used to say woo? Who was it? Why is my... What the fuck?
I only get people's undivided attention when I'm actually doing a Wednesday interview, and then I get people on the Ramble sessions, and you're not even the one drinking the Jameson, and I still don't.
What?
I still got you full of distractions over there.
What are you talking about, bro?
Dude, so what's new in technology that's like exciting you right now? There's some crazy shit that I feel is coming out like every single day.
Dude, that Remind thing that they just dropped the bomb on yesterday is pretty freaking awesome.
Dude, I haven't even hit the tip of the iceberg on that yet, and it looks pretty insane.
Because you know me, I'm cheap.
Yeah, you're cheap. You're a cheap bastard, man. And actually,
I am cheap.
Hey, if anybody wants to learn how to be cheap, you can talk to Ron. And by the way, I could sure use a little bit of that rubbing off on me because I spend way too much money on shit that arguably doesn't matter in some ways.
Right.
But that's a different Ramble session. And yeah. What is Remind all about? That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's something that they launched. It kind of allows you to... they use their algorithms, and you can track homes in your neighborhood or whatever, and they kind of give you based on their algorithms, these are homes that not necessarily should be selling in a certain period, but qualify under their algorithm as someone that's a potential seller.
Yeah, they probably take... So I think what they do, and it's like all the special analytics that a lot of companies are trying to tail off of. And by the way, I should note that Remind actually has a paid subscription as well that gives you way more than even the free data they give. But basically what they're doing is using, I guess what you would call predictive analytics, and they're taking the average, what would you call it? The average ownership expectancy or owner time frame expectancy of people that are living in houses in the area, and then extracting that info and saying like, hey, based on an average ownership time of 8 years, the following households are probably primed to sell, or based on the fact that these people are this age and the kids that we know in the house are that age. Like, you guys, I guess what's interesting to think about, and it's kind of sad in some sense how non-private the world is, but dude, like, there's no privacy at all, but you can totally exploit that information, right? And leverage the hell out of it.
Right.
I don't know. I guess that's kind of what Remind's all about. Which by the way is a freaking amazing thing. It's a crazy tool.
Which is awesome because they work with different MLSs across the country, and they have packages that you can buy to give you more homes that you can track, and maybe a little more deeper dive.
Yeah.
But the free version that we are getting right now, that we're like tipping our toes in the water with.
Yeah. Now, I don't know if every market has this, so don't be pissed off.
No,
if you're like,
but if you go to Remind's website, it'll show you all their affiliated MLSs, right?
Dude, it's pretty. I mean, it's pretty cool. Like, and quite affordable, even if you decide to move to the paid plan. It's definitely something that's worth looking into. What? Oh damn it! What was I going to ask you?
Oh damn it!
Remind me.
Yeah.
Where we were going. Well, I know I was going to ask you. Is it kind of similar, though, to, like, some people would argue, title reps can give you access to, like, pretty cool stuff and, whatever. Would you say it's even more robust than what you can get from some of your title reps in like, tracking capabilities, like, back-end systems?
Hell yeah.
Is it really?
Because I think Because it's doing it for you. It's automated. I don't think the title reps have anything that really tracks based on algorithm.
Interesting.
You can use an app.
data.
You can use the title app on your phone, Chicago Title or whatever title company you're using. They give you the app on your phone, and if you manually use like Walking Farm or whatever like that,
But you can't. But you're saying it doesn't.
that's your own notes that you're putting in there.
You lose the predictive analytical part.
Exactly.
Oh, that's kinda
because
cool.
quite honestly, if I've got 357 homes in my farm, coincidentally, that's the exact number of homes I have in my farm.
Whoa.
And I look on there, and Remind says that there are 20 homes in my farm that meet the standards of someone ready to sell in the next 3 months. Do you think I'm going to send letters to all 357, or am I going to pinpoint those 20 and see if I can get 2 or 3?
You're nailing this right now. Okay.
Save my money. I don't need to spend my $500 to send a mailer to my entire farm when I can spend $20 or $30 and maybe mail every week or every 2 weeks to those 20.
I
and
totally
see if I can maybe put an escalating package together to those 20.
This shit is gold, and like you are nailing something that I am all about, which is laser focused mailers. What I found as I started advancing my farming and my targeting, I ended up dropping an actual geo farm, and the geo farm that I had, I just literally laser focused on those 20 homes that you're talking about, because you can so directly target them. But yeah, it's I don't know whether it's a buyer letter or whatever. Like, I guess it's cool. Like, Remind gives you they give you the demographic too, right? So like you basically could target your letter specifically and know like, hey, I'm going to target these guys to move specifically because of this purpose.
Absolutely. What I found really interesting about it today was you click on a home, and any adults that are in there, it gives you all their information and for a certain amount of money. So and all the packages let you do, just so everyone knows, it allows you to track more homes at a time. I think with the free version, you can track 100 at a time, right? With the next one up, it's like 250, then 500, then whatever it is, right? But it also gives you it'll do a heat map of other analytics that may or may not be important to you.
You can see like recently sold, but you could also see like...
No, the heat maps are more based on, you can see the absentee, like a heat map for absentee owners.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay. But and there's other couple of heat maps on there. There's maybe like 3. To me, they may or may not be prudent in the future, so I don't need to subscribe to that. But what I like though is that for like $3 a household, you can click on a button and get all of the contact data, social media, email, phone number of all adults in the household. And then if you click on those adults, like I found today, I clicked on one guy and I had no idea that he owned like 3 other homes, because it shows you all the homes that person owns, because it's pulling all the title and realist records and all the tax records. It's filtering everything for you in one easy spot.
Okay, so Melissa Data, I know you use that company.
Oh, she's awesome.
And
and her data.
melissadata.com. I think it's actually just
melissa.com now.
Yeah,
it might be. I think it might be melissa.co.
Damn, dude. Yeah, that's a good domain. But
anyway,
I
think if you go to Melissa,
if you
Google Melissa Data, and specifically, you don't just Google Melissa Data. You want to look at Listware. That's the plugin that goes into Excel, so that you don't always have to go back to the website.
So here's the question. Have you done the research to figure out, is it cheaper to take like the demographic data that you want to find the answer to? Like those addresses, like, okay, you get 100 addresses in Remind, and then you go, damn, like I need to actually get the contact info and like all the stuff that you just mentioned. Is it cheaper to buy it through Remind, or is it cheaper to extract that data and then run it through Melissa Data?
That's the test that I'm going to work on this week, because here's the things I don't know. Well, one thing I do know, Melissa Data will not give you social media.
Oh, really?
It doesn't have social media. No, it just has email or phone number.
That is totally not true.
Does it now?
What? I'm going to look at it right now.
On the plugin, it does not have social media as an option.
Oh, Melissa Data.
Melissa Data does not. No, Remind does.
Okay, Remind does.
So that's one difference right there.
Oh, yeah, that's a huge difference.
Because you may not, and also...
But you pay more for it.
No, it's part of the $3.
Really?
$3 per household. There's 3 tabs: social, phone number, email.
And the 3 covers it.
Yeah,
The whole
for the whole household. So if there's 5 adults in the household, it's going to give you what they have.
Yeah, so, and just to clarify, it's for adults, you fucking perverts. It's not, you're not going to get any.
Yeah, it's not going to list a kid on there.
This is literally.
It shouldn't anyway.
No, it's adults, and it's, and actually, I want to clarify that because some of you may have bells going off right now going, shit, like, that's really invasive. No, it's only invasive to the adults. The children are, of course, protected. That would be super illegal. Little disclaimer here on RERAW. We're not talking about
not just illegal, super illegal, and extremely creepy.
We got super illegal
We're
status.
talking like Scooby-Doo and the Mystery Machine creepy.
Yeah, I think beyond more creepy than that. Like, that's weird.
Chester the Molester creepy. But anyway,
that's a great freaking tool, dude.
But the other thing I don't know too is that we have to look at is, so when you use Melissa data, while it's an awesome tool, it's still a slave to what information's already available, right? So if someone's ever ordered pizza to a house or cable TV, ordered a movie, a fight, or whatever, it collects the data.
Oh,
right?
Okay.
But I haven't tested Remine yet to see, okay, here's an address I have the Adam Melissa data that I never got any information for. And if I pull it up in Remine, is it going to give me information? That's the twist.
Okay.
And also Melissa data is not going to give you all, it only gives you owner, property owner, and secondary property owner. So if it's a husband and wife, whatever, brothers, it will never give you like any other adults living in the house. However, occasionally Melissa data, because it works off of whatever data it's collecting, the email address you may get may be from the teenage kid that ordered pizza, and all of a sudden
I see what you're saying.
So it's someone
There's
in
a
the
little
house,
crossover.
but you don't know if it's necessarily the two owners.
Okay,
Excuse me.
so let me ask you this, dude. You've got that's a resource that goes through the MLS, right? I think that's where you told me to look for it, and I found it. It's pretty cool, actually. I got to do more digging on it myself. It's just a timing
I'm
thing.
actually doing a training for it tomorrow at 10 a.m., so I can definitely hit you up with more information.
Okay, so there's so much free shit that the MLSs push out, or the local associations that they push out, and
People don't take advantage of it.
well, I know people don't always take advantage of it, but I guess where I'm going with this is, what percentage of
Some of it's
resources that we have access to are actually worth a shit?
Well, exactly. I was gonna say some of it's crap.
I mean,
and the
for
reason
real,
and the reason you get it for free through your MLS is because someone from the crap company has gone to your MLS, gone, here, we're going to give you this crap for free because we know it's crap. Right. But there's actually, and not just on your MLS, but there are other free resources out there that a lot of people don't always know about. Especially here in California. So, James, have you had to renew your license yet?
Yeah.
How did you do it? How'd you get your classes? How'd you get your continuing ed?
This you might hate me on. First of all, I don't even remember. But I think I went. You know what? I'll tell you exactly how I did it.
My question: did you pay for it?
I did.
Did you know that you can go on a CAR's website and do all the continuing ed for free, and it's like a 2-week thing, structured, it's all online?
Yeah, dude, but that sucks. I got to do it over 2 weeks.
But you do like one a day type of thing instead of having to like. I get that it sucks, but that is an example of a free tool.
You know what?
And
Actually,
guess what? They don't promote it. The shit's the stuff that gets promoted, but the actual useful tools are the ones that don't always get promoted.
I wonder why, man. That doesn't even make sense. Like, this is like some of the stuff is such a lost leader. I'll tell you. Oh, to answer your question though, I called my title rep, and because I remembered him mentioning something about a great place to go, and I think it was like $70,
Right.
And for $70, but like for the ability to get the course done in like 2 or 3 days, like I literally just powered through.
I guess my partner does one, and you sign up for this one group, and it's a lifetime membership, and it's like $300, right?
Oh.
And you go for a weekend, and it's comedians that do the classes.
Shut up.
So it's like enjoyable.
Angela does this?
Yeah, she did it.
Shit.
Yeah, I'll get the so they do it for more than just real estate though. Like if you're anything that requires continuing ed, right? You can sign up for their program for like,
wow, dude.
Excuse me.
I'm drinking the Jameson, and
my bottle
shit
of
in the
water
office.
flew over. So you can sign up for their program. It's like $300 or $400. And it's a lifetime inclusion. So anytime you're coming up for a renewal, you just sign up for whatever free weekend they have near you. Obviously, if it's not like super close, like down the street available, you might have to like go spend the night somewhere.
Dude, how's
it's
this
Saturday,
for a freaking value bomb, dude? Like, log on to the MLS.
Hang on. Nope.
And look at how many freaking free opportunities are available to you right then and there.
I am actually going to text her while we're on
Dude.
here and get you that
Can I just say, I'm really weirded out right now. So when I'm like sitting in a chair, like I feel like I always have to be moving, whether I'm like shaking my legs or like, I'm constantly moving. I literally think that the color is coming out of my jeans and onto my hands.
Oh, it does. Are they new?
I think.
How many times have you washed them, and where'd you get them from?
I can't discuss that. Well, actually, I can.
Are they Old Navy?
My bro gave them to me.
Oh, okay.
And actually, these are the most comfortable freaking jeans I've ever worn in my life. And I think they're called barbell or dumbbell or some kind. Oh no, like I don't know, whatever. But they're like stretchy and they're, like all day long. I've been like, if I get like anxious or I get like I'm moving around. And
I'm leaving my microphone, folks.
No, the freaking colors like coming off of my fingers. But
it
P.S.
It pisses me off because my leather seats in my car because the driver's seat's blue.
Dude, it is literally, these are the most comfortable jeans I've ever worn.
Oh my God. I don't want to give them up, but I told Angela, I go, if these things keep bleeding everywhere, like our dryer, the tumbler in our dryer is blue.
Dude, these are designed to like, my bro told me, he's like, these are designed for you to be able to literally go to the gym and do like a full squat in and like be able to just like work out in your jeans kind of thing. And I'm like, damn, these are great. But I've been wondering all day. I'm like, man, has it been that long since I washed my hands? And then I go wash my hands, all the blue comes off, I come back. I'm thinking right now it's got to be these jeans. I guess I just have amazing legs. I keep rubbing my legs and the freaking color's coming off. Dude, okay. So let me tie this back into real estate really quick. So people got to go check out the free resources on the MLS. And by the way, most of them are dog shit.
I'm going to have that answer for you on this one company that does it in a weekend for you here shortly.
What's that?
I'm going to have that company for you here shortly. I just texted my partner who went through it. The one that does it for a weekend, like $300 and it's a lifetime membership.
Oh, we're talking real estate stuff.
It is real estate stuff.
Yeah.
Continuing ed.
Yeah, the continuing ed. Oh, yeah, okay.
Sorry.
The comedian. No, it's not. I'm sure the audience figured it out. I was the one slow here. Okay, yeah, the comedian thing. That's really funny, man. That's really. You know what really pisses me off though about the continuing education? And I know some of you are just going to think I'm a dork for this, but I actually don't mind learning about the business. And I got to tell you one thing that really chaps me. I think that this is a whole other ramble that we are not going to go down the path of tonight because we don't have enough time. But dude, the barrier to entry is so low in this business already, just from an educational standpoint.
Dude, it's like a condom with a hole in it.
Yeah, for sure. Like maybe 2 or 3. And like they give you go to take your test and they give you the pin to cut, not the pen, the pin to poke the hole.
In the condom, right.
But seriously, like the continuing education isn't any better. And I think what pisses me off is when I go to a contract class, and I'm going to give a shout out to Gov Hutchinson because he, in California anyway, I don't know where the rest of you are, but I got to tell you, in California, if you've not taken a contract class, first of all, you're an idiot. You need to go take a contract class. If you've not taken a contract class with Gov Hutchinson, you are missing out. This guy, this guy knows, I mean, dude, this guy is clean. He knows his shit. Of course he does. He's the top guy who teaches it. But, my God, the contract is unbelievable. Dude, you take the freaking continuing education and it's like nothing. Like the questions and like I get it, the ethics and like the things that you got to have, and I don't want to demean like the value of being ethical and stuff, but dude, they miss so much valuable content in these courses to renew or to continue or to whatever your education. And I don't know, man. I guess I'm sitting here bitching about something I don't have the solution to, but I kind of get irritated because I'm not the guy, for all of you haters out there going, oh, James just wants to weed out the business so that he can get more of it. No, that's not the point. Like, you know, that's not the point at all. The fat always rises to the top anyway. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying I get frustrated in the continuing education when I feel like it was literally just a necessary evil and a complete waste of time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're just pencil whipping it.
Yeah, it sucks. Totally sucks. Yeah. I don't know. Whatever.
That's what I think. If there's a time requirement behind it, there should be meat on the bone.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know,
and some of it, I should clarify, some of it's good. Like 0.5% is really good material.
But I mean, it's no different than like you get your first you get a traffic ticket and you qualify to go to traffic school.
Yeah. That's
all
true.
it is you're going there and sitting there for 8 hours or 10, or whatever your penalty is in your state or city, whatever. Watching videos. And
Ron, I'm sorry. Have you been to traffic school? Are you that bad of a driver?
8 years ago was the last time I went to traffic school because California rolled a stop sign and got pulled over. And there were
that's
no
really funny.
comedians.
I always wonder, like, in other states, is there like the Indiana roll or the Montana roll or the Wyoming stop or something like that?
Like if you went to a sushi bar in like another state, right?
Like we've got the California roll. Do they have like the Arkansas roll?
Right. Yeah.
And is it really fresh?
And it probably doesn't have fish in it.
Oh man. Well, cool, man. Well, dude, thanks for rambling with me tonight. I appreciate it.
Anything else? Any parting like?
Should we finish with something real estate related?
Okay.
I don't know.
What's up?
No, I'm asking you.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
I don't have anything. What do we got? What you got? You know what? I'll tell you what it is. When you get into the middle of a transaction, don't be a dick. It's not your deal, right? Like, I think we talked about we talked about agents at the very beginning, like working against everybody. Whatever. Look, I understand. I don't know how it is in every other state. Like, I don't know all the rules in every other state. But typically, after you enter into an agreement, there's potential for one other or two other negotiations. The request for repairs, if there is any, and potentially if the property doesn't appraise, you have to maybe dance a little bit on price if they're willing to do so.
Yeah.
But you know what, man? Like, too many agents are taking matters into their own hands, and they are trying to control a deal and put answers out there and put vibes out there, if you will, before their client is even consulted on what they ultimately want done. And even if you're like 99.999% sure how your client's going to respond to whatever you just got, you still should just be thankful that you should remember it's not the other agent that is giving you this message. Like, they're conveying something on behalf of their client. So like, unless you're in the middle of negotiating to get into escrow, negotiating a request for repair, negotiating on a low appraisal that like you're dancing on price, then just work together. Like, yeah, hold each other to the timelines and hold each other to the contract and like help each other through. But just remember, it's not your deal. The deal belongs to the buyer and the seller. And I hate to say that we're not sales agents, because we are in many ways. But there is part of this job where we act more as a facilitator, and you don't have to be an a-hole and take control of a deal that doesn't belong to you just because your pride and your ego is too big.
I tell every client going into a deal, I don't care if I'm on the buy side or the sell side, you're exactly right about the facilitator. My job is to provide an opinion and support that opinion with facts.
Yeah. Yeah.
My job is not to make the decision. It's not my money, it's my client's money. And
Yep.
It's a whole hell of a lot of money. And I tell them flat out, I'm here to give you the advice, but at the end of the day, the decisions are yours because it's your money. It's not my money. It's like I'm not gambling with your money, right?
Right.
So, I set that expectation at the very beginning.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. Well, I think we should wrap it up on that note because I'm out of Jameson and we're done rambling tonight. Hey guys, you've all been listening to RERAW. I'm your host, James Hoff. We've been rambling over here with Ron Evans of Kaufman Evans Homes. And if you want some information and access to the tips, the resources, the tricks, whatever the hell we talked about tonight, it's all in the show notes. So head over to reraw.com and take a look for the most recent episode, and you can get access to all the clicks, all the links, all the everything in there that we talked about tonight. And other than that, the only thing that you need to remember is what I talk about on every freaking episode. If it's not drilled into your brain yet, then we're going to keep saying it. You need to remember that real agents work. You absolutely have to be one of them. Thanks for rambling with us tonight, Ron, and I guess we'll see everybody on Monday for the sales meeting.
Yeehaw! RERAW!
Thanks, man. Hey everyone, it's James from RERAW. You know, making the choice to turn off for the day can be such a challenge in an industry that waits for no one. Consumers demand timely responses in today's world more than ever before, and balancing any kind of personal life when the phone never stops ringing can feel near impossible. Believe me, as a realtor myself, I totally understand the struggle, and it's exactly why I hired Ava. It doesn't matter what time a lead comes in. Seriously, I could be with a client, I could be recording this podcast, I might be spending time with family, or maybe sleeping at 3 in the morning. If a lead comes in, I know it'll be serviced by an inside sales agent at Ava representing my company in 5 minutes or less. Ava has a platform that can mold to the personality of your business, and it's one of the things I love most about them. It's customizable, it's convenient, and most importantly, they convert.
With Ava, you'll spend less time nurturing and more time working leads that are ready to take action. And if that's not enough, there's no setup fees, and the month-to-month contracts make it easy to turn off when needed. Leaders take control of their business, and they understand the power of leverage to maximize their available time and make sure it's spent on what's most important. Hire Ava today. Head over to RERAW.com/AIVA right now to book a demo and get started. Again, that's RERAW.com/AVA. One more time, that's www.RERAW.com/AIVA.